Welcome, guys. Welcome to Street Savvy, the podcast. I'm your lovely host, Jay Works. I'm in the building. I got a great topic for you guys tonight. Something dearly to my heart that we are launching for the next several days, ladies and gentlemen. We are definitely launching for upstate New York. One of my children, my middle schooler, goes to Clary Middle School. Clary Middle School in Syracuse, New York. Right? My daughter's a very prestigious student. Never seen the C in a report card that I can remember. Always on the honor roll list. But every year, the school takes the kids on a nice field trip at this time of season. Mid-May, weather's good, and it's a great field trip. It's a field trip of taking the kids to the HBC universities. HBC universities. HBCU universities, yes. And you may not think it's nothing for middle schools or high school, but I do. It's opportunity for not just the child, but for the individual as a person who's been involved in kids going somewhere where these days a lot of kids are not thinking of college or education or life after middle school or high school. And so taking these kids on these HBCU field trips, visiting these schools, and the schools are Hampton University, Howard University, and Norfolk State University. And this is a great thing. So what I did today, what I felt was in my heart, let me tell you, me and my wife went for a meeting after school. After school today, it was after 5 o'clock. It was about what they're going to be doing on the field trip. Where they're taking our kids to, what stops they're going to make from first to the last stop, and what's going to be the first university. The first university is going to be Howard University in D.C. So the teacher ran it down from logistics to the food, where they're going to be staying, how much money the kids should have, because the district so forth pays for certain things, the major things, the logistic things of it, right? And she was saying how over the last 5 years, she put a lot of her money in it for the fun part of taking the kids to an amusement park, somewhere they can have fun on the trip and say this is what they did besides for the educational side or the higher learning, but the fun part. And she wanted to take the kids to a music park. And she was telling us, she said, listen, this is what I want to do. I normally use my funds. This year, I'm not saying I got it, but I want to definitely take the kids there. And I'm like, me and my wife listening. We listening, and it hits me. It hits me so hard because the conversation went from this is the great experience for everybody. I want everybody to go, but everybody would not be able to go. She said she got several calls from out of the 31 kids that's supposed to be going, several calls. And some parents said, hey, my kid won't be going. And she didn't explain majority of the reasons, but she said some of the reasons. Some people, and we all know, things are hard. Times are hard for everybody. For any and everybody who's dealing with the economy, dealing with the job, single parent at home, having to rob Peter to pay Paul, things of that nature. And the field trip just won't do around bill time. This is bill time in a lot of homes. And the music park is Busch Gardens. And so when the teacher said that part about the funds, and she said, yeah, XYZ is covered with this. I don't got it in my hand. I don't got it in my hands today. But this is covered with this, and we want to do something with this. And me and several other parents was in the classroom. We was like, whoa, okay, all right. What can we do to help? Besides for helping our child or giving our child funds to go on this lovely field trip to these schools, and which is a great field trip, we asked, how can we help? How can we help the cause, the atmosphere around this HBCU field trip? And she said, listen, donations are open. We don't ask, because the district usually funded, majority, the school district. And sometimes, it's channels. I'm like, okay, well, let's throw that off the map. Let's throw the school district out because these are our kids. And that's what I think we need to start doing as Black and brown community as a whole. The initiative is our kids. The word is our kids. The pronoun, the adjective, and the verb is your kid, my kid. So whatever we can make this trip even more smoother, more great, and a bigger, better experience. Excuse my words, folks. I'm getting told my words. It's to accommodate as much as we could as parents. And so I asked her, what's your Cash App? Now, I'm not the most richest, the most glamorous. I'm not the most, my pockets got holes in it. I'm stretched thin. I pay my bills. I'm getting by. I'm all right. But when it comes to my kids, I'm going to do what I got to do. And your kid, if it's involved, if I got to help, if I'm not being asked or not, I'm going to do what I can do. I'm going to do what I do on every level to make sure these kids have a great time. And so I said, Miss, you need not say more to me or my wife who's sitting here. Give me your Cash App. And I also told her, I wish I would have knew this. I wish I would have known that these areas we could help in. Not what the district did for, but what we can do for ours. Because mine is definitely going. And hold up, I'm going to say this. Me and my daughter spoke about a week ago. My daughter Sunshine works. So if y'all see the pretty picture online, you will see that's my baby Sunshine, right? And I talked to her, I said, son, there's a lot of things happening in the world today. Definitely in D.C., a lot of egregious things are happening. A lot of hateful things are saying about D.C. The president's doing all sorts of things. And then there's this pandemic. It's a brewing upon us, right? Because I don't bring the devil. I don't bring the devil talk. But I told my daughter, Daddy's uncomfortable about sending you on this field trip. But if you're willing to go, if you feel comfortable, you can go. But I'm all ears. She said, Daddy, if you don't want me to go, I won't go. Because I'm away from you and my mom and my siblings. I don't like that either. I give my kids the room, always have. The avenue to talk to me about what they're feeling, what they're not feeling, especially my girls. She said, Daddy, I want to go, but if you don't want me to go, I won't go. So in saying that, my wife said to me several times this week, well, I heard her, the conversation with the school is a meeting at 5. And as we was doing some errands today, driving by the school, Clary Elementary, my wife said the meeting's at 5. It was 4:40ish, 4:40ish, 4:50. I said, it's 5 now, so it's turning there. My antennas went up on what I'm going to this meeting for. I don't want my baby going to no field trip like this. It's a great field trip, but in hindsight, a lot going on. It'll ease all out of pressure. My baby stay here. But let me tell you, folks, I get in this school meeting, and this young lady, this teacher, who's spearing this field trip, who's been a part of 5 years at Clary Middle School on the south side of Syracuse, in the valley, for our kids, not her kids, but our kids, it opened my mind. It blew my mind when she started saying the logistics. She started saying this HBC school, I'm HBC alumni. She went down the line. She showed me all the pins, that she has from the school and things she went through in life with going, just being alumni and what she want these kids to experience. And it just ran through me. It just ran through me. I had my wife's phone. I looked to the right. I said, baby, get her Cash App. Keisha, get her Cash App. Because whatever we can do, we're going to do for ours. But then she went on to about the hotel, the travel. They're going to stop here at Howard for 4 hours, go back to the hotel, get on their mission. Next day, they're going to be at Hampton. Then the next day, they're going to be at Norfolk. I'm like, nah. Where can I help at? Where can I be a chaperone? Where can I be whatever? Because it hit me. It hit me hard because these babies not asked to be born here, right? And not longer field trip, they need to go. Even if ones don't understand the magnitude of this field trip or going to these HBCU schools, it's part of the culture, part of inheritance of a lot of different people, right? And I want my child and your child to have this experience. So when the young lady was talking, I could have called this, I can help with the sponsorships. And the date is coming up, it's on the 19th. They leave on the 19th, May 19th, 2026. They come back on the 22nd. I want to do something. Folks, I want to do something. I want to be loud and clear about this. I want to, this is my brand, PD Code Clothing Sportswear. You guys know what it is, know what I represent as far as my children and children of the world. I've been doing security for years. I've been advocate for kids. I've been taking care of kids since I was 16. This right here is one of those points. Need they not say anymore? I'm going to look out the best way I know how. So I put up a GoFundMe through Facebook. I put it up on TikTok, put it up on IG, and I'm gonna go. It's a go. Whatever you guys can donate, as far as each 31 kid, my goal is to give each one of these kids $100 or $50. No matter what it is. It's got nothing just to do with one kid, which is mine, or your kid, or your kid, or your kid. All of these children. Or if not that, something to put in this teacher's hand just so they can get in that park and enjoy themselves. You know, literally. Because that makes me feel like I didn't get to do that. I didn't get to do that. Not in middle school. And if my school, Dearborn Middle School in Boston, Massachusetts, and Roxbury did it, I didn't hear nothing about it. But we had it in East Boston. We doing a lot of college tours in East Boston, and I attended them. I attended several more than not, and a lot of proms, I should say. But when you going on these field trips, you feel some type of entitlement of this is what it's all about. This is what I can do. This is what I can experience away from home. Or this is what the next part of life is. Being an adult, being responsible, taking control of my education. That can get me a higher learning. My occupation can be bigger. Oh, yes. All of those questions, some of those could be answered to a lot of these middle schoolers. A lot of them. And folks, we can help. So what I did was, like I said again, I'll put up a GoFundMe page. Go on my Facebook. You got me on IG. If you got me on TikTok, it's HBCU College Tour Field Trip Sunshine Works. The middle school is Clary Middle School. And this got nothing to do with the school. The school didn't ask me. The teacher didn't ask me. I'm doing it on my own for the kids and my daughter. If you could donate, if you could spread the word, I wouldn't care how you do it, how you contribute. But please, just take a look at the GoFundMe. Whatever you can do, it ain't all about that. It's the mission we on, making sure these kids understand this field trip is just not just special to them, but it's special to all of us who can get them there. You know, because there's a lot going on in the world today that we will never understand, even as adults. But this right here, this HBCU field trip, this is something right here. You don't got to ignore it. You don't got to understand. Just look at it and hear it. This is for something bigger. So these kids from our neighborhood, from the south side of Syracuse, east side, west side, whoever goes to Clary, whoever's in that district can go to that school. And there's a lot of schools going. Lincoln Middle School is going on a field trip. The high school go on longer days from Syracuse. But I'm talking about Clary Middle. I'm talking about Clary. I'm talking about Sunshine and her classmates and the constituents who's helping and the teachers. So, folks, again, if you see it on my page, if you want to help, check it out, folks. Check it out. It's on my page. JWorks, Facebook, IG, TikTok. There's a GoFundMe up. Call me. Hit me up if you want to donate. Whatever you want to do to contribute. Arms here, and these for these kids. Every bit, every penny, every sweat and tear, I'm going to try to give it to these kids. Every 31 that's going, including mine as well. All right, folks, in other news, I'm going to stay right near there. Something that's real big to me what's been going on. And I'm about to push this narrative. The Voters' Rights Act has been blown up, split up, chopped up, all in all, by the Supreme Court in the last 2 weeks. And a lot of states has been steadfast of drawing a line between what's voting, who's voting, and who can't vote, and who will vote in their state. The majority of these states are Republican states, Republically ran states by the Senate and by the government. And the people in the lower positions, the legislators, the mayors, the city council who's Democratic, are getting shut out of these realignment districts. Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi, just to name a few, are getting pushed out quick. And as you open up your Facebook and on your timeline, you seeing this every day, a different state that's Republican ran. The realignment is coming. It ain't not playing. And you got some folks saying it's gerrymander out the roof. It's not right. It's against everything we stand for democratically. You name it. People are really outraged. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you my opinion on it. Because right now I'm not registered neither one, Republican or Democrat. But what I am registered is a parent, a grandparent, a loving father, a pillar of my community, and a push with my constituents as far as what we need for our community, what we need for our state, right? Folks, in each one of these states, Republican ran states, look at the Power 5 schools. Look at the schools. SEC. SEC. Just to name a few. Alabama. LSU. Florida State. Texas. Texas A&M. South Carolina. Clemson. Mississippi. Ole Miss. Arkansas. Just to name a few. University of Georgia, Texas A&M. They go down the line. Guess what? And I want y'all all to understand what's coming out of this mouth. A lot of our kids go to these schools in these states that's ran Republican. And they hoopla behind their football, which spring ball already started. Right? Understand where I'm going with this. They don't want no splitting up when they getting our kids down there. It's real star athletes, great athletes who can run a 4.4, 4.3, 4.5, all of that. I'm talking about football, basketball. In football and basketball, LSU, the men and women's, Georgia, Alabama, Roll Tide, men and women, Georgia, Mississippi, Ole Miss. Our kids are down there and it's more black than anything. Black and brown in all of these schools. The SEC. Go check it out yourself. I want each and every one who governs their child, who respect their baby as being an athlete and a student, someone you pushed out, someone you groomed, birthed, raised to get a higher education, to be all they can be, are going to these schools in these states, don't want no blacks at leadership at all, no matter where you look at it at, no matter what position. So let me tell you something, black and brown. If you got a child that go to these schools, and then don't listen to me, look it up. It takes you 1 minute to look it up. You ask yourself, do my baby need to tend to this? Do my niece and nephew or my little cousin need to play around with this? Because they don't want us here, period. Why you want our athletic skills? Why you want the gold and the trophy off our backs and the numbers we put in the goddamn stands? These jerseys are millions of dollars. And oh, they might hit back and say, NRL money, that don't make a difference. Because you should have been paying these student athletes if you ask me my opinion. I got blackballed as student athlete. I was one of the best I knew in my community at baseball and football. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I grew up around nothing but scholars on the ball court, and on the gridiron, and on the base pads. From the Lambrights of the world, for the Smiths of the world, the Jacksons of the world, you name it, it goes down the line. The Ortiz of the world. I grew up with some impactful stars. On the gridiron, you name it, on the basketball court, the hardwood. And they didn't, majority didn't go down, the Evans of the world. They didn't go down south either. So what I'm trying to say, black and brown America, they playing ball, put the ball in their court now. Let them understand, you don't want my people leading where their kids go and play that you need to celebrate your college, your prestigious school, your alma mater, in your state that you run, on whatever level you want to run it to, whatever rule you don't want black and brown in or involved or living around or having to say so, or you just want one genre voted on year after year and not a black and brown, you have another thing coming. Another thing coming. So as you see, folks, these voter rights, the Voters' Right Act, got flipped, diced, and chopped up by the courts. Nah, it ain't no anguish in that. It ain't no disgrace in that. It's pure hatred. It's pure racism. And a lot of those conversations, a lot of those gerrymanders, it's a lot of that. But what pure fact is, that we all know, we control our own destiny. At the voters' poll, what compelling that come out your mouth, and what school your baby go to as a star athlete. In the SEC, ACC, whatever you want to call it down south, they want to run it their way. Let them have it. But you can't eat your ice cream and your cake too. and not let it be known, not go to the bathroom. You understand that? You can't be Derek Lactosis and drinking milk in the morning and at night. No, 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 no. Mother Nature don't work like that. You cannot wipe your behind and not smell. You understand where I'm coming from, America? You cannot wipe your behind and 10 minutes later not smell. Understand that. Because what's happening at these states, these Power 5 conference, these where they want our kids to excel at these prestigious schools, not at the HBCUs, yeah, at their schools, and get all the revenue, the biggest TV revenue that you've ever seen. And remember, it's not a knock on the kids. The kids going to trying to get that bag too. And as well as education. But one and done is one and done. NRL is what it is. But this right here is unbelievable. This dice and chopped and split and thrown away, this Voters' Right Act since 1960s has been diced over. Let me tell you folks something. Educate yourself. Go up. Just down south in the 70s, about 40 years ago, they just got their first. And I'm talking about Mississippi, Atlanta, Louisiana. Just got their first black representatives almost 45 to 30 years ago. So we ain't too far from that. Look it up. It's a historical. It's history. And now this is history dicing it up. So let me tell you something, America, what I do know and you know. You did real good in the polls this past year, right? So we say, allegedly. 92% black women did not vote Republican president. 87% black men did not vote Republican president. But majority of us did not vote black Democrat woman for president. And 65% black women voted for the black woman. Let me tell you something, though. I'm not here to change your ideologically appointing the assessed of who you voting for or who you want to vote for, black, brown, or white. That's your agenda. But let me tell you something. The ones who did vote Republican for president, the ones who's out here crying now, understand, it's good choices and bad choices. Someone's made some very poor choices in them voters box. Right? From the black and the brown community, everybody had a hand in pitched in that. This is your time now to rewrite history on the other side of the aisle. And I'm not saying Democrat. Oh, no, I would never say that. Because what have they done for you lately? And just in the early 60s, let's go back 50 years or better, 60 years or better. The Republicans had the blacks' greatest interests. Oh, yeah. So welfare came along democratically. They hopped on the bandwagon and start voting Democrat. Let me just say that. But the tides and issues have long turned from the 60s. Trust me. I wasn't born then. But my parents definitely told me the rioting, Vietnam War, the desegregation, all that. The march in Montgomery and Selma. The Martin Luther King killing. The Kennedys killing. Yes, all of that. But I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to say this loud and proud, because I'm not black and I'm brown and I'm proud. I'm not tired of talking about minds and what minds need to do for themselves. I'm never going to be tired. I'm never going to blame a white man or a Puerto Rican man or Chinese man for something I need to do for minds. You need to understand what you need to do for yours. And right now, you better stand up for yours. Because what they doing with this gerrymandering and dicing the Voters' Rights Act, the Supreme Court, that's another level to tell you, get off your ass and do something if you black and you brown. And I mean it. I'm not here to tell you, go vote Republican, go vote Democrat. Don't vote for this. No, no, no. I'm going to tell you, go out and do something about it. Go out and make your voice heard. Put your money where your mouth's at. Because it's come a time in America, what you going to do, brown and black, for you? They already voiced their opinion about the boys in blue about us. The boys in D.C. about us. The big businesses who owns prisons. They already done voiced it. Slavery. Need I say more? And we are not the minority. We the majority. And let me tell you a secret. And this is not to knock on nobody. I want you all to understand this. I know a lot of Republicans. A lot of Republicans. A lot. Can't count them jokers. Stand up for themselves and what they believe in. A lot of them. Got no problem with that. Let me tell you this about this. I don't know too many Democrats on the million side believe in something right now or stand up for something right now. But what I do know and what I do hear is a bunch of Democrats is always bringing up a lot of junk in people's backyard, right? In people's bedroom, right? But both sides do it. It's rhetoric. But not all Democrats are standing on it. I understand the Epstein files bullcrap. Yes, I do. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But black and brown, we didn't get involved in all that. We hear it every day. Social media, TV, CNN, ABC, Fox, we hear it. But the bigger picture is, y'all, what's happening with the Voters' Rights Act. That's the bigger picture. The economy, which we know so much about. Black and brown have made poverty a class. I didn't say poor. I didn't say middle class. I didn't say rich. The black and brown community is the only culture that you can go in projects, downscale neighborhoods, urban neighborhoods, and see Mercedes-Benz, Infinities, Cadillac Escalades, motorbikes, Honda Civics, lowriders. Oh, yeah. And other SUVs. Oh, yeah. In a poor neighborhood. Oh, yeah. A poor neighborhood. In the projects. I don't know how many Teslas I see in lower scale neighborhoods today. A bunch of them. I know more black owners I wanted to talk about is SUVs in the country. You figure it out. And it ain't Cadillac. It ain't Mercedes. Y'all know what it is. It's the Cybertruck. I know more black Cybertruck owners than a little bit. So poverty, we have made a class. There's something wrong with that. That means we adapt to all situations that you think we inferior of. And let me give you another subject to that is black and brown, you got to start going places and buying places and promoting places in things in where that they tolerate you. Start buying things and celebrating things to people who celebrate you, owners and businesses alike. Trust me. And right now, just gerrymander, they ain't even trying to tolerate you. They trying to belligerate you. They trying to get rid of your vote no matter what it is. You heard me. You heard me. You heard me. So what I'm saying to you is take some knowledge. Take some education. Get off your ass and make a move. If your baby is going to school for higher learning or for athletic skills in one of those states, one of those prestigious schools, they actually love to do whatever for, you need to reassess that. Because they ain't tolerating no leaders there that looks like your baby, your daughter, your son, your niece, or your nephew. You need to put a fork in it. Because I'm going to tell you something. Northeastern University, Boston College, Boston University, UMass University, Syracuse University, Buff State, BU, Albany. Oh yeah. Need I go down? RTC, Roxbury Community College, Howard University, Norfolk State, Hampton University, Texas Southern. Need I say more? Your baby can get the same recognition at them prestigious schools. Jersey sells too. I'm no economics major, but I also know economics roll into another situation every day. Economics is before anything in America asks your president. And he is a man always bet on himself. You can say anything about Donald Trump all you want, America. But one thing we all can agree with, Donald Trump is always betting on himself. And you have to appreciate that as a man or a woman, good or bad or the ugly. He tells you what he's going to do. If you don't like it or not, he tells you. I haven't seen no other president or no other businessman win, lose, or draw tells you like it is like Donald Trump. And listen, America, a lot of hatred comes from a guy or woman who got confidence like that man do. Crazy, sick, or whatever you want to call him, allegedly. His confidence out the roof. While y'all picking at his hair, picking at what he says, commenting on Twitter or X after he done said some buffoonery, because he definitely tick for tat. He definitely doing what he say he gonna do. So again, folks, put your money where your mouth is. Get off your ass. Go do some work. Because all of that gerrymander just did, and it's gonna be other states in the realignment. Oh yeah, they coming. They coming. And it's, let me tell you something. Let me get to this. A Spanish dude, I seen the interview, a podcast. And this was about last year. And they were showing all the raids upon Hispanic communities, Hispanic schools, places where Mexican and Hispanic people are, immigrants. And he came on. He showed a couple. He says, black people, y'all sitting back not doing nothing or saying nothing. They coming after y'all next. I don't know if this Hispanic brother was saying that out of anguish, but whoever you was, Poppy, you was damn right. But what you didn't know, they've been shooting at us, killing us for hundreds of years, bruh. So this ain't nothing new to black and brown. That was something new to y'all, Hispanically, that y'all went out and cheered and vote. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Y'all got what y'all wanted. Y'all preach what y'all wanted. Y'all scream for it. Just like the Censor Bureau says on a censor report, it says Caucasian Hispanic, blue eyes. Y'all got that. And he sure did the opposite. He took a lot of y'all cousins and kids with him and locked them up and split them away from y'all families, from their families, their families, allegedly. But brother, you was right about that. You was right. They was coming strategically. But guess what, bro? I'm gonna tell anybody who's inferior or who don't understand, the brown man, the black man, we done playing checkers. The black community is done playing checkers. Baby, we playing chess. I need you guys to look it up. The DEI situation. Ask a lot of those businesses that went with the other side. Ask them how they businesses doing right now. Those big, powerful businesses, those big companies, those big wigs. Ask them how the minority dollar, how the black dollar is doing, how they feeling in their stores, how their shelves look. Bro, we're playing chess. Y'all better not still be playing checkers on Monopoly, because they getting y'all money real hard. And they already got y'all votes. So America, I hope y'all enjoyed this segment here today on Street Savvy the podcast. And I hope y'all loving, subscribing, liking, and sharing. I got a lot of content, a lot of PD code to sell. And I hope you guys check out and donate the HBCU field trip for my daughter's middle school, Clary Middle School in Syracuse, New York. I have a GoFundMe page up. Facebook, IG, TikTok. Find me, please. The field trip starts on May 19th. Please, folks, whatever you can donate is what it is, baby. It's what it is, baby. Anybody, somebody, ask somebody. I'm Jerry Works, J Works, J Works, J Works, and this is Street Savvy, the podcast. Thank you for listening and keep tuning in to this powerful voice. I love America. Tomorrow we're doing a huge telecast, huge, about this HBCU field trip. And we're trying to get a can drive. If you guys want to be involved in the can drive, whatever you can donate, let me know. Hit the page, hit the wife page. Anybody who knows Jay Works, reach out to me. It's out there. Reach out to me, folks. Please, reach out and touch that GoFundMe page. I love you, America. Good night. Thank you.